I want to provide a space where people can just like get that shit out, because it's like holding in a doo-doo, like you gotta get it out. You got to, you cannot be constipated with art. It's gonna come out one way or another.
Hi guys, my name is Amaka. This is Colorful Theories, a show where I have conversations over coloring books with some super dope creators. Today, I am joined by Earf2liv. She is stepping into a new era in her music. You might have seen her on the Radar or heard her last track, Been Wildin', but we want to have her here today to tell her more about this era and where she's going.
Yes,
so, hey girl.
Hi, hello.
Thank you for being here.
Of course, I'm excited.
Of course, we're excited to have you. So, we make custom coloring pages for all of our guests. This is the one we made for you. Shout out to our illustrator, Julia.
Shout out.
So I sent her a little blurb, sent her music, and we really took away a vibe that like you are grounded in like city vibes, but also like you have big dreams up in the air, up in space.
Yes.
There's no ceiling for you. So we want to reflect that on your page today.
Yes, I love it.
Of course. I like to start off the show with a game called Undertones. Ooh. It is the psychology behind our favorite colors, if you will.
Okay.
So, what is your favorite color?
My favorite color, believe it or not, is pink.
Whoa! What?
I know, that was shocking.
Oh my God! I would have never guessed.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just really like, I went through a phase though when I was little where I was like, oh, I can't like pink because like I gotta be different. Like all the girls like pink. And so like, you know, I tried to like red and stuff. I do like green if I'm feeling different, if I'm feeling, you know, a little earthy. But yeah, I love pink for sure.
Okay, boom. Some positive words associated with the color pink. Sometimes you can be sweet, very loving, very passionate,
yes,
imaginative, like
yes,
really active imagination, you know? So what is something that's not music that you are passionate about?
Ooh, well, I love art in general, so I'll really like dig into any sort of art I can get into. I used to do dance, so I went to performing arts high school, and I did dance there, I did dance out of there, and I've always loved watching dance, so that's something that really does it for me. Fashion, I just love any way I can express myself, and so I'm gonna always look for something in that realm. I'm not too much of a sports girl. I've dibbled and dabbled, but yeah, so arts is where I always come back to for sure. Yeah.
Dibbled and dabbled in sports, what you used to play?
I did soccer.
Oh,
did I win? No, but I did soccer. I did run around that field, yes. But yeah.
Yeah, I did basketball once when I was in the 6th grade.
Okay.
Because I was tall for my age, so I was like, okay, tall people play basketball.
Yes.
That was the last time I played basketball.
Well, of course, and I understand. They tried to get me to do it, and I said, no, ma'am, I won't do it.
No, not for me.
Couldn't feed into the stereotypes. I was like, I just want to be different. Let me dance. Like, fuck.
What type of dances you do? Was you like a ballerina, or was you like a jazz contemporary?
Boom, I did a little ballet. I did a little hip hop. I tried to do tap for a minute. I was in there with the little kids, tapping my heart out. But yeah, anything I could. I love like musical theater too. So like, if I could like do stuff in that realm, I did it. So yeah.
Do you have a favorite musical?
Oh my gosh, don't get me started.
No, please. That's exactly what I want you to do.
Yes, I love Chicago.
Okay.
That's a classic. Shoot, what else? Like in more recent times, I love a good High School Musical. Okay. I am gonna bop to the top. That's just something I have to do. Grease is really cool.
I love Grease.
Shit, I'm blanking a little bit, and that's making me upset because I love my musicals. But I don't know, I just love different musical numbers. I love Bob Fosse, so anything he's done, like Sweet Charity is really cool. I love Big Spender. That's like one of my favorite numbers ever. Yeah, anything in that realm, for sure.
I think one of my favorite musicals is Heathers. I like Heathers a lot.
Okay.
Singing Mean Girls.
Yes, I love it. Heather and Heather. Yes, I love it.
Okay, period. We love the arts. We love our artsy girl.
Yes.
Makes sense. So, some negative words associated with the color pink. Sometimes you can be impulsive, self-centered, maybe a little bit childish. Tell me about a time when you did not get your way, and how did you handle that?
A time I didn't get my way. You know, that's been a big theme of like working for me in general. I had a job at a coffee shop at one point, and I had to let it go because I felt like I wasn't getting my way, and I felt like I was providing a lot on my end. So it was more of me being like, I have to give this up because I don't feel like my energy is being reciprocated, and I don't feel like I'm being heard. I don't feel like I'm being listened to, and so stuff like that. Like when I feel like something's not serving me, I'm quick to cut stuff off. I can be a bit avoidant in that way. Like I'll just leave. Like I have to go, actually. And so yeah, but I am like definitely quick to do something like that for sure.
In the coffee shop, like, what were the, oh, I mean, like, I guess, was it hindering from what you actually wanted to do? Because there's only so many ways that you can like make coffee and run a shop.
Yeah, I think that, and I felt like I wasn't moving up in my position, and I felt like I was getting more tasks. Like that's really all it was, and it was like, hello, like, do you see me? And yeah, and so like I had to let it go, and I just felt like sometimes in not getting your way is what's meant for you. Like that thing is not serving you anymore, and so it's time to move on.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. If you like the pages that we're working on, you can find them on our Etsy for a digital download, and you can color along or on your own time. Now, let's get back to the show. We're moving on into a segment now called Shades of You. It's our main segment. I just want to ask you some questions, get to know you a little bit better. Before we hop into that though, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, man. Like the pod, leave a comment, share it with a friend. We're on the road to 1K subscribers. So we thank you very much for your support. Anyway, okay, let's hop into it. So you just had like your on the radar performance, and this is how I got hip to you personally. But when was the exact moment where you wanted to take rapping seriously?
So I honestly, I started not too long ago, and I've always I love rap, I love hip hop, and I love art. And so I feel like I've tried pretty much any other avenue of art. Like I did dance, I did, that was pretty much it. But no, I did other stuff, but I wanted to try something new for myself. And the first like song I wrote, I just remember like sharing it with my friends, and they were like, oh, like this is tea. And I was like, it is. Like I kind of did snap on it. And then from there, it was just like honing in on it and finding like what it means to me, like what my sound feels like, what my voice feels like, growing confident in my voice. And I think that came at the point in the beginning was me having to be like, do you want to take this seriously? Like, if you do, what I told myself, I was like, listen, lock in. I was like, I'm gonna give you a year. I was like, just take a full year. After that, you can stop if you want to, if it's not, fulfilling you, all of that. And so I did it for a full year, and I've loved like every step of it. It's been a lot of hardships, don't get me wrong, and it has its moments where I'm like, what am I doing? Like some days I'd be like, what am I doing? But I wouldn't trade it for anything. Like it truly is like, when I get to sit down and write, when I get to sit down and select beats, anything like that, like it's one of my favorite parts of like my day. It's so fun. And so, yeah, like that's when I really like was like, that joy that I get. I think when you find things that you're able to escape into, and you're not like thinking so much about what you're doing. Like when I write, it's like it's kind of like a liminal space. Like you almost don't feel like time, And I feel like when you find things that bring you that space, that's such a gift. And so I just wanted to cultivate that and continue to do that. And that's kind of what I've been doing with it.
Hell yeah. You have this kind of like boxer aesthetic right now.
Yeah.
Like you'll beat a bitch up for real.
Yeah.
I won't try you.
Hey. Thank you.
But like, what's the inspiration behind that? Why this persona that we're taking on right now?
Well, I just wanted it to feel like the opening of something.
Okay.
I love the imagery of like when boxers come out, and it's very camp, like they come out in their robe, like the music blaring, and they be like, hey, like I'm out here like round one. And then you get the girls and they got their signs. Like the whole event is very like camp. And so I just wanted it to feel like this is me coming to the ring, like this is what I'm presenting, and I'm finna fight for my spot, like period. And so like, and I'm ready to fight for that. And so that was kind of what it is for me. And I just feel like it's just campy. Like it's something about it, the boxing gloves, it's just fun. Yeah, and I love a good concept. So I'm gonna always try to like incorporate something that I like in the real world into my world. Yeah.
So that's really interesting. I like that, the concept of like fighting for your spot. Like, what do you have to do to, I guess, feel like you earned said spot?
That's a good question. What do I feel like? I don't know. I think for me, and I'll always say this, like I'm my biggest fan. And so if I feel proud of myself at the end of the day, then I feel like I'm good. I try not to get into, the whole comparison game and stuff like that. I think that's like really played out, especially within the female rap space, because it's like, I don't feel like those conversations happen a lot in the male rap space. And I think there's a place for everybody. And so I don't think there'll be this one day where I'm like, I made it, I did it. But I think every day that I'm continuing to try and push forward, I'm super proud of myself. Like to be in the space that I'm in and to get to where I've gotten to, considering like how shy and introverted I was like as a kid, like that's already like a win for me. So yeah.
Okay, good. When did you come out of that, like the shy introversion?
It's still there.
Okay.
And so it's always like, I think it's weird because I don't know if everybody would describe me as shy as introverted, but I think I do myself. I think, like we were saying, like I know when to be quiet. Like I don't necessarily feel like you always need to be having a conversation or something always needs to be said or there's always some deeper, like girl, we're at work, we don't need to be talking. Like, and so it's stuff like that. That I find myself to be in more of a quiet space, but definitely as a kid, I was just more like anxious all the time. And so I think I told myself too, like coming out of high school, I was like, look, you either gonna come out the shell or not, but we got stuff to do. I was like, I refuse to not do things in life because I'm scared or because I'm scared to talk to this person or I'm scared to make this move. Like, that's my biggest fear for myself is not making moves because of fear. If it's a valid, like, hey, don't go out there and do that. You know what I mean? Like that fear level. But like, sometimes it's just like, oh my gosh, what if they don't like me? And it's like, girl, like remain calm. Like, it's okay if they don't. And so I'm trying to still push through that. But definitely coming out of high school is when I had to like clock that for sure.
Yeah. Two of your songs that really display like your breadth as an artist. Like you have like Silly, super duper vulnerable. And then you have been Wildin. It's like braggadocious, you popping your shit. Which side do you gravitate more towards?
I think I gravitate more towards my vulnerable side. I think even when it comes to writing, I enjoy like writing about either things I've gone through or things I've heard through other people's experiences. I like to think that I write from a place of like women's subconscious.
Okay.
Just like that conscience space. It may not exactly be the situation I went through, but I've heard this situation. And it's like, I want to be able to like tell people's stories. And so I find that side to be more rewarding as a writer But as a performer and as an artist, I do love songs like Been Wild. And like, I love just getting on stage and like stuff like that is so fun to perform. But being able to have that other side where I can still talk and relate is so important to me as well, for sure.
What has been your favorite performance so far?
Uh,
Or have you performed anywhere lately?
I haven't done a lot of performances, but honestly, the On the Radar was really fun. And I did one at this like school fashion show, and that was really cool because I was so nervous. I did like the dress rehearsal, and they were like, okay, like here's the mic, girl. I was on the side of the stage, like, because everybody was there, and I was like so nervous during the dress rehearsal. And then like afterwards, I was like, fuck it, I cannot do this, y'all. Like, this is not meant for me. Like, I don't know what I'm thinking. And then after that, like, I locked the fuck in. I said, hey, you gotta shake it up, girl. And I went out there and I killed it, and I had so much fun. And I think that's what I always like, I have to remind myself is like push past that nervousness, because what's on the other side of that is so much fun.
Do you read?
Yes, well, no. Like, let me be honest. I want to read a lot more.
Okay.
I love reading, but I have trouble getting into books. I have the same problem with movies. I think it's the internet. It did do its number on me. And so, because when I was little, I used to love to read. My Lexile score was here. Like, I used to love it. I loved, like, that was a competition. Like, elementary school, you came home with, like, the Harry Potter book. Like, you was that girl. Like, you had the big books, you was that girl. And so, yeah, I used to love to read. But once, like, COVID happened, like, I don't know. Like, I kind of just fell off of it. But I did recently try to start getting back into it, buying books, things of that nature. But I think it's something that's super important. And I think that everybody should pick up a book every once in a while, for sure. Yeah.
You really gotta lock in on your book, though.
I know.
Like,
I know.
I was, like, I did 75 hard, and then, like, I was, like, because you had to read as part of it.
Okay.
So I locked in, and I read, like, 3 books during that time. I was like, okay, cool. And then I picked up a few fiction books after that. I don't know, but then you start getting busy, and then it's like, when you read, like, you have to, like, read. You can't do anything else
it's very
while
present.
you read.
Yeah.
So sometimes life be happening. It's like, oh, I don't have time. But you make time for what you want to.
And that's the thing. And so I need to just like be present with myself. I think I have been a little busy lately. And so I'm gonna lock in. I'm gonna finish the book. I'm gonna do it for sure.
Okay, what's the next book that you want to finish?
I've actually been thinking about picking up The Artist's Way. I have. And so I may get into that tea.
Okay.
Yes. But besides that, just like some regular fiction books, like I picked up from like the store. I don't even know the name of them, and that's the sad part. They just sitting on my desk. And so yeah, just finishing stuff that's sitting around my actual house would be the main goal.
Okay, we're gonna do like an accountability thing together.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
By the time we drop this,
Okay.
it'll be like, what's right now? It's June. It'll be like August when we drop this one, right?
Yes.
When we put this out, I'll be like, hey, I'm in the middle of this book right now. That's what we're doing. I'm gonna do my book, you gonna do yours.
Whew, okay. It's a commitment. Okay.
Like, cause I have a book on my adjuster too. It's called Before the Coffee Gets Cold.
Okay.
And it's about you go into this coffee shop and you can go back in time to wherever you want, but you have to I guess observe and finish your business before your coffee get cold, and then you get pulled back to the present. And it's like 3 different people who experience this coffee shop. I literally got to like maybe 20, 30 pages in, and then I fell off.
And that's okay, because you can pick it back up. And
It's
that's
true.
the gift with books. They'll always be there for you.
So for your music, you've mentioned Doechii and Tyler as inspirations. What parts of their music do you carry with you, and what inspires you to create yourself?
Honestly, like their authenticity. like for Tyler, for example, I've been listening to him since I was like middle school, high school, and it's just always so raw and vulnerable. Again, too, like his production is crazy. But just like, I love artists where I can tell they make shit for themselves. Like they don't really make it for other people. It's for them first and foremost. And that's the kind of artist I am. And that takes a lot of guts to do, first of all. And it takes a lot of skill to do. And so I'm always like, it's just always been admirable, like their ability to do that. And it's something that I hope people can take from my music, is like my longing for it to feel like me. And I hope people are inspired to create from that too. Because it is hard, like writing a song and it being about something that happened to you and you hearing it over and over again. But it's something that I can't help not doing. Like it's just not something I can like separate. And I feel like they have always been like that from my point of view. And I just always have appreciated that as a listener, first and foremost. But yeah, I just love that, like that rawness, grittiness.
Well, how has being here in Atlanta shaped your sound and influenced you that way?
Well, I grew up in Atlanta, except for like I was in Texas for a little while, but so I've always been in Atlanta. I'll say this, I feel like for me, what really shaped like my musical kind of brain, honestly, was like my parents.
Okay.
And I wouldn't say they're necessarily 100% like, they're born and raised in Atlanta too, but I would say they always have shown me different sides of different cultures, different genres. Like my dad was always just putting on stuff and I'd be like, girl, what is this? But like now that I'm older, like I think that it did help me cultivate a space for like hearing other things and stuff like that. And even my mom, like she's the one that got me into like musical theater and stuff. And like, if I didn't have those spaces, if I didn't have those things, and I think they've always been very good at cultivating a space where I felt comfortable and expressing and showing what I love. Like, I used to be a big K-pop fan, like big, like down, and like they were like, they let me bump that shit in the house. Like, and so being able to cultivate that and being able to have a space that was open like that and hearing different sounds was really cool. Obviously though, like there are certain artists like Outkast, for example, that like I really appreciate their artistry and way of, again, like that authenticity. I think like it's reminiscent of how I feel about like Tyler and Doechii and stuff like that. It's just the fact that they were able to make music that, in my opinion, that sounded like stuff that they liked. And so it's just different like artists like that. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. What did your parents play around the house?
Man, my dad, he plays a lot of like, he just be playing everything, like a lot of 80s music, 90s music, 90s hip hop, early 2000s. So again, like Outkast, Juvenile, Bone Thugs and Harmony, very much that. And so it was different stuff. And then my mom, she's more of like a pop girly. So she gave me the Lady Gagas and the Beyoncés and the Rihannas, and we would just be watching music videos all the time. And so, yeah, it's just different. It's definitely like a little all over the place, but yeah.
Okay. So like, if we think about diversifying, because music does end up opening a lot of avenues for different people. Where are we going next? Or what would be a side quest that you want to do?
I can't reveal too much, but I do have like something very particular in my head I want to do. But I really just want to make things that I've always wanted to make, whether that be in clothing, whether that be in shit like even hair or like different avenues that I liked even before I started making music. And a big part of what I want to do too is like, I want to promote a lot of advocacy for kids.
Okay, that's good.
And like, I feel like arts is something that people don't realize the importance of, especially as kids are growing. And if it's not something that, if I didn't have art the way that I did, if I didn't go to performing arts high school and things like that, I don't know where I would be today, because that's truly what my passion lies in. And so I want to be able to create spaces for kids, especially like in low income areas, because like I came from a low income area, like things were not, even at my school, like it wasn't always, you know, funded in the best ways. And so I want to create spaces like that for kids where they can, you know, have a space to create art for free, because I think it should be free, because art comes for free to our minds, so we should be able to create it for free. So I want to give that space to kids.
It's true. I love that, because I went to a performing arts high school too.
Yes.
So I remember, because I specifically like brought this school to my parents, and I was like, please let me go, let me go. They low-key wasn't trying to let me go. They said like, what, you want to go sing? Like, fuck. And I was like, well, yeah.
Yeah.
And I really begged them, and then eventually they let me go. But I was like, that was probably like the best thing I could have ever did for myself.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I feel like you get to use a different part of your brain that you otherwise, like, especially in like this world today, that you wouldn't like otherwise get to use.
Yeah, and it's important to get that shit out. Like if you I think everybody at our root is creative and intrinsically artistic, and so if you let that shit just sit in your gut, it's gonna come out in some other way. And I think a lot of the times, especially in low income communities, it comes out in ways that are not helpful or are hurtful to the communities. And so I want to provide a space where people can just like get that shit out, because it's like holding in a doo-doo, like you gotta get it out. You got to. You cannot be constipated with art. It's gonna come out one way or another.
I think that's a part of like the artist way too. Something, I remember Doechii was reading something from the artist way, and she said something along those lines. So,
Yeah.
Okay. So, 2025, this single, this latest one that you dropped, New Era, we stepping into this new era, but like, what is said era? Like, what's the name? What are we stepping into?
We're stepping into confidence. We're stepping into doing what the hell we want to do, because life is short, and if you're not doing what you want to do, what the hell are you doing? And so no, but for like, it genuinely is me being like, you know, again, like creating that space for myself. Like, you don't have to put yourself in a hole for other people, like at all. And so it's me stepping into my full capacity. And I think I still have ways to expand and ways to evolve. And that's something that I hope to be doing as an artist, is evolving. Because I never want to get stagnant or feel like, what the hell am I doing? And so I want to always be going on to the next. So this is kind of just the first step in that. And it is a new era for me, just being able to experience different ways of creating art and yeah. And so I'm just excited to see the second era, if you would. But yeah, I'm just excited to see it keep evolving, for sure.
Okay, period. We are moving into a segment now called Outside the Lines. This is risky topics, hot takes. I want to know how your brain works. But before we do that, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe if you like what you've been hearing so far. But, okay, so in your song, Cry Baby, I really like the story that you told in that song. But really it is, in this song and quite a few of them, I get the theme of a man that just like really did you dirty.
Well, yes.
So, what inspired this song specifically?
Cry Baby specifically. Honestly, okay. Now, I will say again, like, I feel like I try to speak for just like women in general in different stories that I've heard. And so I can't say particularly this song was like, well, actually, no. Like, for me, it was just a lot of situations dealing with guys where it's like, why are you crying? Like, you have issues to deal with yourself. You need to go take care of that before you come to me. And then it's like, you're crying on other people's arms, and I'm like, I've been here for you. Like, I don't get it. And so it's like stuff like that. And it's like, take care of your emotional needs first, because I can't do it. I'm not your mom. Like I'm not, I'm not your mother. And it's like, I'm not saying somebody got to come to me like on some like, just like superhuman shit. Everybody's human. We all cry and stuff. But it's like, if you're gonna do that, like, let me see you trying to heal yourself too. And so yeah, for sure.
Dang. When, because I feel like it's a slippery slope. Because it's like, if you are with somebody and like you fuck with them, a part of that is like holding space.
Yeah.
For like emotions and everything, letting people
For sure.
like get those things out. When does it turn into like a burden though? Or like, when does that line cross from like I'm supporting you to you are dumping on me?
I think again, it just goes into like, are you working on it? Like, I don't mind having these conversations, but it's like, I need you to still like show some growth within these conversations. And for me, that's kind of where it is. Like, if I feel like we're having the same conversations and it's about the same things and there's no emotional growth, it's like, and I feel like the things you're using to cope with that is like either other women or like things of that nature. It's like, you're not, I don't know what's going on. I don't like it. And so that's kind of where it like gets to a point for me, because I 100%, I'm not here to be like, why the fuck are you crying? Get that away from me. Like, ew, no, like, I don't care. But it's like, I need there to be some drive behind that, because we all gotta cry. Get that shit out. But come on now.
Okay, well, you heard it here first, folks. Take care of your shit. Anyway. But if we're working on it, we'll work together.
Work on yourself, and we can do it together. Let's build. Let's build. Let's build. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so on your song, Sy'Kia, you asked a very important, thought-provoking question. What is worse, a love that's lethal or lust with a mind that's feeble? So you didn't answer the question though, which is it?
I think lust. It really does come down to lust, doesn't it? Like, we gotta lock in, but it is hard. And I think that song for me, like, I don't know where it came from. I wrote that in a blitz, like I was pissed, and I wrote that in like 45 minutes, and I was like, and it was literally just like a stream of consciousness, and it is something that I've struggled with, because it is hard going from a place of like, like trying to make sure you're not doing things, making sure you're doing things with the right intention behind it, and making sure with you're expressing your boundaries and your partner's boundaries and all of that stuff. And it can be hard when you're really young, like, and those conversations are a little uncomfortable. And I think when you're both kind of immature, or you're kind of like both a little just emotionally immature, when you have mixed lust into that, it gets a little murky, it gets a little, and so I think that is like the trigger almost for the love that comes after that. That's not really kind of real. Like, y'all say y'all love each other, but y'all really just trying to, get it going.
Hunch.
Yeah, trying to hunch. Yes, I love that word. Yes, trying to hunch. But yeah, for sure.
Do you want to show the class what you made today?
Boom shakalaka. Yeah, so I did a lot of pink. I did a little gold accenting because you are gold.
Okay.
And so yeah, so it's really just a pink vibe. And yeah, I added some things because I was just feeling extra. So I got a little eye in there, some faces and whatnot. And so yeah.
Yeah, man, do some arts and crafts in your life, man.
Yes.
I like that you're just like monochrome. You really like stuck to one color.
Yeah.
You're inspiring me. I might do that next time.
I love this though.
A lot of it is just like,
yeah,
just picking shit up, markers and everything. When you on crunch time, that's when you get like real creative with constraints. But Liv,
Yes.
thank you so much for coming through.
Woo! I'm so glad that I did. I had such a good time.
I'm glad that you had a great time.
Yes.
Can you tell the people where to find you and where they can keep up with your work?
Yes. I am Earf2liv. So you can pretty much find me on all platforms, music-wise, as EARF, the number 2 LIV. No little sign language. And on Instagram, EARF_. Put that underscore. The number 2 LIV. TikTok, Earf2liv, YouTube, Earf2liv. I'll be out here. If you catch me outside, you didn't see me. And yeah, that's where I be at.
She said, this is an AI.
Yes. Yes, I'm not real. I'm not real.
Okay. Well, this was another episode of Colorful Theories. Make sure that you like this podcast, leave a comment, share this podcast with a friend, and subscribe to the channel. But we will see you next time with some more Colorful Theories. Bye. Until next time.